Have you ever felt betrayed by those closest to you? Or perhaps dreamed of wielding power beyond your wildest imagination? Shakespeare's The Tempest explores these very human desires and so much more. Hello, and welcome back to Ace Book Talk. Today, we're delving into one of Shakespeare's most enchanting and thought-provoking plays, The Tempest. Often considered his farewell to the stage, this late romance blends elements of comedy, tragedy, and pure theatrical magic to create a truly unforgettable story. To understand the play, it helps to know a little about the context in which it was written. Which, well, the little Shakespeare penned The Tempest around 1611, towards the end of his career. The era was one of burgeoning exploration and colonialism. Europeans were setting sail for new lands, encountering different cultures, and grappling with the moral implications of their expansion. Shakespeare, ever the keen observer of human nature, uses the play to explore these themes, albeit through a fantastical lens. The story centers around Prospero, the rightful Duke of Milan, who has been usurped by his treacherous brother Antonio and banished to a remote Iceland. Accompanied by his daughter Miranda, Prospero has spent the last 12 years honing his skills in magic and mastering the spirits that inhabit the island, particularly the airy sprite Ariel and the monstrous Caliban. As the play opens, a violent storm, conjured by Prospero, shipwrecks his enemies Antonio Alonso, the King of Naples Alonso's son Ferdinand, and several other courtiers on the very shores of his island. This tempest sets in motion Prospero's carefully orchestrated plan for revenge and ultimately reconciliation. Each character is deliberately tossed and turned by the tempest, a metaphor for the trials of life, and finds themselves changed. Ferdinand, separated from the others, encounters Miranda. Their meeting is love at first sight, a sweet and innocent connection that offers a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Prospero, however, initially puts Ferdinand through a series of trials, testing his worthiness to marry his daughter. Meanwhile, the other shipwrecked nobles wander the island, each facing their own internal struggles. Antonio and Sebastian, ever the schemers, plot to kill Alonso and seize the throne of Naples. Their ambition and ruthlessness are contrasted by the loyalty and wisdom of Gonzalo, an old counselor who tries to maintain order and reason. The drunken butler Stefano and the jester Trinculo stumble upon Caliban and, fueled by alcohol and a thirst for power, convince him to rebel against Prospero. Their comedic subplot provides a satirical commentary on the nature of power and the ease with which it can be abused. Throughout the play, Ariel serves as Prospero's obedient spirit, carrying out his commands and weaving his magic. Ariel longs for freedom and, although bound to Prospero, remains hopeful that his service will eventually earn him his liberty. Caliban, on the other hand, sees Prospero as a tyrant who has stolen his birthright to the island. He represents the complex relationship between colonizer and colonized, raising questions about ownership, justice, and the treatment of those deemed other. As Prospero's plan unfolds, he orchestrates a series of illusions and encounters that force his enemies to confront their past wrongdoings. He stages a magical banquet that vanishes before they can eat, leaving them tormented by guilt. Ariel, disguised as a harpy, accuses them of their treachery, driving them to the brink of madness. However, as the play progresses, Prospero begins to grapple with the moral implications of his revenge. He realizes that holding on to his anger and bitterness will only perpetuate the cycle of violence. Inspired by Ariel's compassion, he decides to forego his revenge, choosing forgiveness over retribution. In the final act, Prospero reveals himself to the shipwrecked nobles and confronts them with their sins. He restores Alonso to his son Ferdinand, unites Miranda and Ferdinand in marriage, and grants Ariel his long-awaited freedom. He also pardons Antonio, though without warmth, acknowledging that true reconciliation is a complex process. Ultimately, The Tempest is a play about the power of forgiveness, the illusion of control, and the transformative nature of love. It encourages us to let go of our grudges, to embrace compassion, and to recognize the humanity in others, even those who have wronged us. Prospero's decision to relinquish his magic symbolizes the importance of accepting the natural order of things and finding peace in letting go. Shakespeare reminds us that holding on to anger and resentment only serves to imprison us, while forgiveness offers the possibility of healing and renewal. Furthermore, the play prompts us to consider the consequences of our actions and the impact we have on the world around us. Are we, like Prospero, using our power wisely and justly? Are we treating others with empathy and respect? The Tempest is a timeless masterpiece that continues to resonate with audiences today because it speaks to the universal human experience. It reminds us that life is full of storms, but it is through navigating these challenges that we ultimately discover our true selves and find the path to lasting peace and happiness. It's about finding freedom, not just for others, but for ourselves through letting go. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of Shakespeare's The Tempest. What are your favorite lessons or interpretations from this play? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic book recommendations and insightful discussions. Until next time, happy reading!